Okay, Daniella, how you doing? All right, so it looks like you got a good start going here. Let me see. It's work on purpose. I haven't had a chance to work on this all this week. I usually have the most free time in the weekend. Anyways, very rough stage. I was going to start by getting outlines done, but decided I should release some attention finish, get close to finish so the outline, but the first two parts. Earlier this week, I was hit with an inspiration of mid-century modern illustration. I wanted to mimic that with color palette and simple forms. I plan on to add patterns that go with mid-century style. Sweater socks and possibly a few accents. So I'm down with that, definitely, sure. As a matter of fact, I was going to comment on kind of the bland nature of the coloring of her clothes, and also the fact that she's got an orange sweater and the cat's got an orange sweater. So let's make some distinction therein, right? Okay, so line work looks pretty good. So far, we're looking pretty good. I love the cat, that shaky little hairless, freaky little hairless cat. and, and I think those, I say that because I hope you don't have one because I hope I didn't just insult your cat, but I just find those to be the kind of the freakiest little animals. They're so strange looking. I think I was telling you I was watching a show a couple weeks ago, and one of these cats was in that show. It's like as soon as the scene came on, they showed the cat. I'm like, whoa, what is that? So anyway, great illustration. This is a great illustration. I think it's really important to show the curtains blowing as the breeze blows through the window, and that's the reason why the cat is so cold. In the opening scene, the cat's a main player. The cat's a main player. There should be more of a close-up so we can definitely see each. Okay, so a couple of things that don't make sense. I don't know. Is this yarn? I think one thing that might be kind of neat to connect the illustrations is maybe the little cat sitting here with a ball of yarn next to him. So presumably he was playing with the yarn. So the ball of yarn with a little string coming down. Then you can duplicate that little string and connect the illustration. So that'll draw some connection, right? And give it some meaning. Okay, so over here, cat's pawing her, and presumably something's wrong, but cat should maybe start being to shivering over here, right? Then we show the cat's shivering. So we need to go back to her, like what do I do now, right? So she grabs the cat's sweater. Actually, that's not even really that important. As long as we go from the cat, when she's putting a sweater on the cat is seemingly happy, but checking out it's the squiggly lines on its tail indicating its tail is still cold. So at this point, this is confusing right here because right now you're combining two illustrations into one. He's looking at her, she's looking at the tail. Okay. The problem is this relationship is backwards. She's sitting to the right, facing the composition. She's to the right hand side of the cat, but here she's to the left the left side. So I don't recommend combining two frames like that because that's antithetical to the original setting. Okay, so presumably she's going to reach down, grab her pink sock, and place it on there, right? So at this point, we got to start thinking about shadow highlight, and that's kind of I'm keying on that this week because it's that important. And plus, we really need to employ shadow and highlight to a very, very high degree in our final postage stamp assignment. So if you go back to review, do you remember our week on color? It was week 3. And if you go back and review the announcement for welcome to week 3, we move down, down, down right here and we start getting to color, and especially these shading and highlight techniques for vector illustrations. There's a bunch of tutorials here, really a great set of resources on how to apply shadow and highlight to your illustrations. And I'm going to be keying on that from this point to the end of the course because that is theoretically could be the most important aspects of any illustration is the depiction of shadow and highlight. It allows a two-dimensional illustration to become display qualities of three-dimensional depth, dimension, and volume, and that's all based on shadow and highlight. So it's really important that we get that in place. Okay, great start. I'm really looking forward to. Oh, and here's your color palette. Okay, interesting, interesting. All right, I'm really looking forward to this one. It would be a really great idea also for all students to do this. So if you're watching along, I recommend that you go through this and take a look at as many of these videos as you can. The reason being is because you're definitely going to pick up things that are applicable to your own work. There's going to be a lot of similarities, as a lot of the principles I repeat for reinforcement in the videos, but you'll definitely pick up a lot of things. So that's a recommendation that I would consider. Okay, if you have any questions, please let me know. But really fantastic start, Daniela. Thank you very much.